Namaste, yogis. Welcome to your practice. I'm Carter, and today we're going to practice remaining calm within the storm. So when the external world is crazy, we allow ourselves to drop our gaze inward and practice equanimity. Let's get to our mat. All right, yogis, let's start at the front of our mat. We're going to start with some very gentle movement. Take the hands together, bend and straighten your knees a few times, and on your inhalation, reach your arms up, lift your gaze, and then exhale, fold forward. A little bend in the knees as you drop your arms and tuck your chin. A breath or two here as you sway from side to side. Inhale, come up halfway, flatten your back. Lift your chin and chest. Exhale. Bend your knees. Plant your hands. Step your left foot back. Swivel and ground down. Reach your arms up. Virabhadrasana. One, warrior one. Let's find our pose today. So bend and straighten that front knee. Tuck that tailbone a little bit as you push through the back of that left foot. Relax those shoulders and soften those front toes. Give yourself a big inhale. Hold there and then give yourself another inhale. Exhale fully. It's called cyclical breathing. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And then a little bit more. Exhale. Twist to your left, open up your arms, widen your stance, Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Swivel the palms up and down, give those elbows a little bend so the arms are, they're awake but not rigid, all right? Soften all 10 toes. Ease your gaze over your right middle finger. So let's do drishti. So look at that left middle finger. Focus really closely on that finger. And then bring your awareness to your peripheral vision. So right to left, top to bottom. Soften the gaze. And give yourself a gentle inhalation and exhalation. Drop your left arm down. Let it dangle here. Give it a little shake. Swivel your right palm up. Reach up to the sky. And then bend your right elbow so your right forearm rests on your head. And then the movement is with the right elbow up and back for that reverse warrior. Again, we're doing a little bit of balance between a little bit of work within the body and at the same time a little bit of softness. So left arm dangles, right hand dangles, right knee is bent so our right thigh is working, and we're finding some space in the right rib cage, and we give ourselves a breath. All right, lift your torso on up. Take that right forearm, rest just above the right knee. Swivel the right palm up. And we're going to slide this left hand behind the back. Again, we're going to let that left arm kind of dangle a little bit. So we're going to draw the left elbow and shoulder back. We're going to lift the gaze up. Take this right arm, invite the right knee out just a little bit so you feel it in that right groin, maybe right hip. Soften all 10 toes, maybe even lift the chin. Give a big inhale through your nose and exhale with some sound. All right, check out your right big toe. Take both hands down and step your right foot back. Lower to your elbows for forearm plank. Now your palms could be down, fists could be down, or you could interlace fingers, whatever's working for you. Tuck that tailbone, lift the heart, lift the chin and chest. Now see if you can soften your breath. This is a vigorous asana, and we're trying to keep calm within the storm. Drop the knees down, point your toes, tuck your tailbone, and push the tops of the feet into the ground. Now, if you're doing it right, you may start shaking, and this is when we tap into that breath. Very slowly lower the hips down. Pull the heart forward as you lengthen through the neck. So we're reaching with the crown of the head now. I'm going to keep my palms down. Sphinx pose. Legs are together. And we're thinking about a long spine. Think space within the lower sacrum. And the chin draws down a little bit. We're going to drop our right ear towards the right shoulder. We're going to lift that chin up. So you may feel it from the jaw to the collarbone. And you can move left and right here. And then roll that chin down, let that head dangle. And then roll left ear to left shoulder. Start to lift the chin up till you start to feel it. Front of the right side of the neck, and then left and right. And then we're going to lower all the way down, cross your forearms, rest to your chin, cheek, forehead. Now let's take our left knee and send it out to the left. So our thigh and our foot are parallel to the short ends of the mat. And the shin is parallel to the long edge of the mat. All right? And this may be enough as we externally rotate our right thigh and engage or soften the left groin towards the ground. Right, now if we're wanting a little bit more sensation, we come back into that Sphinx pose. So elbows underneath shoulders, we're pulling the torso forward. If you want a little bit more sensation, you can bend that right knee. First start to feel that in that right hip flexor, right quadricep. But if you want even more sensation, it's with the right knee bent or not, we're going to thread the needle. We're going to take this left arm, we're going to bring it underneath the right arm and rest to the outside of that right shoulder, right cheek. And then give ourselves a few deep, full breaths here. Make any adjustments in a way that support the sensation and needs of the body. So when we're dealing with an external world that is completely out of control, which, by the way, it always is, just at different times it seems a little bit more radical. We drop the gaze inward. What can we do internally to help ourselves take care of our nervous system and body? Unwind everything. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Bring yourself up into table pose. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale cow. And exhale cat. Now yogi's choice, you can come into child's pose or maybe downward facing dog. So whatever version or asana that supports your needs, do that until you get about maybe 3 or 4 breaths. And when you're ready, come onto your tippy toes, bend the knees, walk, step or float feet to hands. Up halfway to flatten your back, lift your chin and chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale. Come all the way up to standing, arms reach up. Take your right hand, grab your left wrist, and exhale, side bend to the right. Swivel the gaze underneath that left shoulder. Back to center and try the other side. Left hand grabs right wrist. Ease into that side bend. Nice. Inhale to center. Elbows bend, hands and elbows draw back. Swivel your palms down slow and smooth. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Bend and straighten those elbows a few times. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Let's move the head a little bit. So ear to shoulder, chin up, chin down, left and right. This does not have to be fast, by the way. Some circles. We're just checking in here. And when the neck feels like it's taken care of, chin towards chest, a little bend in the knees, hinge at the waist. Arms could rest on the lower back, or you can start to squeeze shoulder blades together and maybe wrists come together. You can come off the lower back with a little twist left and right. Unwind the fingers, drop your arms, give them a shake. Up halfway to flatten. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, right foot steps back, swivel that back foot to flatten, arms reach up. Again, let's find our warrior one pose. Again, we are stable and strong, legs, but soft in areas, so the toes don't need to grip the mat. The shoulders don't need to be like earrings up So keep those shoulders down. You can even have a little micro bend in the elbows. And then give your belly a tuck in and tuck that tailbone as you start to feel it in that right hip flexor. You could always squeeze your legs together too for stability. And then let's do a cyclical breath again. So inhale, a little bit more. Exhale. Twist to your right, open up your arms, widen your stance, warrior two. Soften all 10 toes, swivel the palms up and down. Look over your left middle finger. Again, that drishti, we look right at the middle finger, and then we soften the gaze so we can see the peripheral vision as wide as we can look. And we do that because when we soften the gaze, we soften the nervous system. The eyes are connected right to the nervous system, right? So parasympathetic nervous system kicks in as we work a little bit. Parasympathetic nervous system is the relaxing of the nervous system. Drop the right arm down, give that a little shake. Slide the left arm up, exalt warrior. Let's bend the left elbow and rest it on the top of the head. So the left hand is nice and relaxed, and then we're going to take that left shoulder up and back. And you can bend your left knee less or more, and if you bend it more, you may feel it in that right groin as well. The head can stay fairly neutral. Again, the right arm dangles. We're working a little bit with that front leg. Find that space in the left ribs. All right, inhale, come on up. Take your left forearm, rest just above that knee. We're going to take this right arm behind the back. This helps keep that right side body back as we lift the gaze up. We're opening up through the chest, the pelvis. Left knee presses out towards left pinky toe. So in this pose, question is like, what can you soften and still hold the pose? Could be a little intense. And then look down to your left big toe. Hands come down, left foot steps back, and lower all the way to the floor. Let's come into Sphinx pose this time. So we just kind of skip that forearm plank, and that's okay, because I want this practice to be a little bit more gentle. Sphinx pose, elbows are right underneath shoulders. We're not back here. And we are not collapsing in the neck either. So we are trying to lengthen and bring awareness to the sensation in your lower back. So from here, we're energetically pulling the elbows back or pulling the torso forward and up. So we're quite active through the arms sensation, maybe lower back, mid-spine. Legs are almost like an anchor. They're just kind of heavy on the floor. And then we can let the head move left and right again, chin up, chin down. There's no reason, in fact, I'd prefer you not to lift the chin like up dog or cobra. So fairly neutral. And then from here, let's cross at the forearms. We're going to send the right knee out to the right. The direction we're kind of moving in is right thigh and the bottom of the right foot parallel to the short end of the mat. So we're thinking 90-degree bends in the knee and ankle. Shin is parallel to the long edge of the mat. There's an external rotation of the left hip. Some of you can rotate your left toes out to the left. It doesn't feel good on my ankle. And then you can soften or press your right groin towards the ground, or just kind of stay there. You can bend that left knee, and you can come into that variation of Sphinx pose, which shows up in the quadricep. And again, you can stay in any one of these versions, and if you're not sure, you can kind of play around. And then your last option, let's take this right arm, thread the needle, and soften the right chin or cheek towards the ground. Bending with the left knee for me, too much sensation on my lower back, so I'm going to unwind. Soften the breath. And then unwind everything. Hands underneath shoulders. Lift yourself up in table pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Again. And lift your feet up, cross at your ankles. Let's find your way to your back. Once you get there, draw your right knee towards your belly. Give it a little squeeze. Let's bend the left knee, left foot to the ground. We're going to come into half happy baby. That's that right arm reaches in the inside of the right foot. You're going to take your right ankle up over the knee and draw that knee towards the ground. You have an option of straightening the left leg and moving around a bit. Feel all that sensation, and when you are ready, you're going to take that right knee and you're going to drop it to the left for spinal twist. Reach that right arm open nice and wide, or maybe bend the right elbow. Chin could drop towards the right shoulder if that feels okay. Through exhalation, imagine your right shoulder blade heavy, right knee heavy, and a couple breaths. Nice inhale. Come on up. Straighten that right leg. Let's stretch. Fingers up all the way over, nice and tall. And then left knee towards left belly. Squeeze that in. And again, we're going to bend the right knee, bring the right foot to the ground. Take the left arm, slide it on the inside of the left leg. If you can't grab the foot, you could grab the hamstring, right? So you can kind of play around with what you can hold on to, but the direction is ankle up over knee, knee towards the ground, and maybe foot out and in. And again, right leg could straighten. This is going to show up maybe hip flexor, maybe a little bit more in the groin and hip. And then we're going to take that left knee, we're going to drop it to the right, and then we're going to extend the left arm. Nice work. Come back to center. This time let's bend both knees. Windshield wiper the knees left and right. And then we're going to take the right shin. I'm going to rest it on the left thigh. Take the right hand, press the right thigh away for a little bit of space in the right hip flexor. And then we'll come into our hip opener. So the right hand slides in between the legs. Pick the left foot off the ground. You may need to lift your head and shoulders off the ground so you can grab a hold and you can pull in here. Now you can stay here. Abdominals are working, probably feeling into the right hip. You can flex the right foot or push the right thigh away. And you also have the option of straightening the left leg. Now, if you're here and you like that sensation of abdominals, great. You could also fluctuate by exhaling, lowering, inhaling, lifting, right? So you can do this variation, or maybe you just stay with the head down or knee bent. And you can play around a little bit by moving the legs side to side. It's a little massage on the lower back. All right, we're going to unwind the fingers. We're going to take that right knee, we're going to stack it on top of the left knee. Now, this is deep hip opener, so maybe you just draw the thighs towards the belly. For that flying Gomukhasana, the hands find just above the ankles. You lift them up and away from one another. And again, you may have to lift your head and shoulders off the ground, but if you can get your head and shoulders down, ankles towards the armpits. It's a very deep hip opener. See if you can soften the hips. Arms are going to work. And then when you're ready, let go of everything. Keep your knees stacked and let them drop to the left. Deeper spinal twist. If your lower back is a little sensitive, unwind the knees. And then again, just a moment here to focus on exhalation as you let everything go. Again, our yoga practice is designed to practice being okay with discomfort. That's the idea of the asana. That's the tool. we use to feel a little sensation. It's not about stretching. It's not about strengthening. We get strong, we get flexible, but the idea is how I manage intense sensation where I can be calm, right? Bring the knees back up, unfold the legs, separate your feet, knees fall in towards one another, movement with the legs left and right, get a sense of the lower back and hips before we go into the next pose. Straighten the knees, extend the arms up over your head. Both knees towards belly, chest, squeeze in, feet to the floor. Left shin on right thigh, right hand presses away. Movement is available, and then we go into our hip opener. Left hand slides in between the legs. We pick our right foot again. You may have to lift the head and shoulders off the ground, and you can grab a hold. Maybe just laying down and staying here. Right elbow presses into the, left elbow into the left thigh. Maybe flex the foot to support the knee. Right knee can straighten if you like. And then again, movement if you're up for it, up and down. Inhalation is lowering. Exhalation is lifting. All right. Find the version that works for you. You don't have to follow every single thing that I say. It's all suggestions. If it's working for you, great. If not, modify in a way so it does. Unwind the fingers, slide the left knee on top of right knee, draw the thighs towards the belly first. If your hips feel like you need more, right hand just above the left ankle, left hand just above the right ankle, lifting the feet up and away, drawing the ankles towards the armpits. Ooh, that's a doozy for me today. Ooh. Oftentimes we do Gomukhasana seated, and sometimes it's harder to get into in seated, or more intense, let's say. I think it's difficult to be into this pose as well. Keep the knees stacked, let the hands go, let the knees drop to the right. Open up the arms, or maybe right hand the outside left knee. We're starting to wind down from practice now, so allow that breath to be a little bit more gentle. And if you are feeling anxious, nervous, stressed in this crazy world that we're living in, it is a great opportunity for us to create an internal dialogue to remind us of our resilience. And it's just an I am statement. I am resilient. I am powerful. I'm present. I'm okay. I'm enough. All these internal dialogues support our needs and help us manage when the external world is it's not aligning with our compass, inner compass. Right? Knees back up to center, unfold the legs. Again, a little bit of movement with knees left and right. And we're going to do a moving bridge pose. So heels are close to the hips, hands are by the side body, chin tucks. The inhalation lifts the hips like we're filling up a balloon. So nice and slowly inhale, hips lift. Stop and hold when you get at the top of the inhale. Exhale, release the hips. When they hit the ground, hold the breath. We're going to do it 2 more times. Breath retention, this is called. Inhale, lift on up. Hold. Exhale. Hold the breath. Last one. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Normal breath. Knees move left and right. Thighs towards the belly. Let's go into whole full happy baby. Again, you can grab maybe just the backs of the knees as you draw the thighs towards the rib cage, or maybe grab shins, bobs the feet. Again, ankles over knees, feet nice and wide. And you can draw both knees towards the floor at the same time, maybe inviting the tailbone to the ground. Or you can rock a little bit from side to side as you play a little bit with the bending of the knees. And when you are ready, let it all go. Heels towards the corners of your mat. Maybe a little external rotation of the thighs so the feet fall open. Palms could swivel up by the side body as you squeeze shoulder blades together and tuck your chin. Or if you want to keep that energy within the body, take the left hand to the heart and the right hand to the belly. Tuck the chin here again. Relax your jaw. Take a big inhale through your nose and exhale with a sigh. Give ourselves a moment to let this movement and this breath digest within the body as we get everything in its place and we can prepare ourselves for the rest of our day or evening. And for a few moments here, just rest. And slowly bring your awareness to your surroundings and allow your breath to deepen. Gently waking up your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes, rocking your head side to side. And as you extend your arms up over your head, stretch from your fingers all the way down to your toes. Draw the knees towards the belly, wrap the arms around your legs, squeeze. Right arm reaches up over your head, roll to your right side. This fetal position is always a chance for us to start again. Check in. Allow ourselves to slow down and drop our gaze inward as we take care of ourselves because we deserve it. Hands to the floor, lift yourself on up. Comfortable seat. With a nice long spine, relax your shoulders. Take your hands together, the thumbs towards the heart. Take a nice big inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth. Nice work taking care of yourself today. Namaste. Nice work, yogis. If you like this class, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments section below. If you like these classes or even more longer classes, you can check out my recorded class vault at yogawithcarter.com, and you can try it out for 14 days for free. Take care of yourself. Doing a great job.